What's up, guys? Barry Gaming here, back with some more Idle Heroes, and today we're going to be talking yet again about the very controversial new flags. Some people love them, other people absolutely hate them. I'm kind of in both parts. Like, I can understand the game wants to make more money, continue the player-based spending to keep making more content. Sure, it's a game at the end of the day. There's a lot of people playing free to play. This is geared towards the bigger whales in the game. If you're not a spender, these aren't going to be that big of a difference for you. Let's be honest. It's really not that big of a difference. But what we're going to do today is we're going to build one of these two splendid and test some interactions out. Now, typically, I would say an average player would probably want to go with something along the lines of a fortress banner, but I mean, throwing it on a hero like someone that we're not going to use in game modes, because, you know, if you're doing sea lands, most of the time the Transcendence hero that's in here isn't going to be in combat as well. So to see what type of buffs we're actually getting off of this, we're going to go with our Asmodel, and we're going to see exactly what the stats are. So as always, I'm going to grab a snapshot of this right here so we can compare a before and after when we get done with this. So I think what we're going to do is we're just going to make a Transcendence banner. Again, I really don't care. I'm just doing this for testing and for science for you guys. So let's open 3 of these guys up. So we have a total of 4 of these banners now. Where are they? I hate the order that they put them in. We have 1 Shadow, 1 Abyss, but we do have 4 Transcendence flags. We definitely don't need those resources, game. And we need to come on over to Ormus Workshop. So we got to level it up first. Okay. Let's see here. Let's actually just chuck it onto our Asmodel for the time being. And you can see we had a Kiss of Ghost on him, which is pretty much like the standard go-to artifact because it gives HP and attack to your Transcendence hero. We're going to change this over to this, and we are going to buff it up. So let's just feed off a lot of our green fodder down here first if we can. Get it leveled up to, what is it, 6-star, I think that's the max. Get a bunch of this garbage up in here, convert a lot of it over to dust. Then we'll take what we have and get going all the way up to 6. We basically have enough for a whole nother like 1 or 2 artifacts here. We have a lot of artifacts just chilling in the bag. So we're going to have to get to town and go crazy with our Ormus because we have enough for like, what, 4 of them? We can make 4 new splendid artifacts because of this week's event, which is just crazy. I forgot to unequip it. I'm sure you guys are yelling at the top of your lungs right now. Okay, so let's actually take a look at the difference. We can just throw on the regular version and we can kind of go step by step here to see what the stat changes really are. Let's go back to Cloud Island and let's go back over to here. So now, just by changing from a Kiss of Ghost over to this, the attack barely changed. And when I say barely changed, I mean it actually went down? Yeah, it went down. It did. It dropped 3,000 by going to a regular banner from a Kiss of Ghost. However, HP did go up by a total of about 2.5 million HP just by swapping from that to that. So it's a decent stat difference here. The attack, of course, we're losing 1%, so that makes sense. Now let's upgrade it and see how these numbers change overall. Let's get this guy in here. Let's get it upgraded to that. Glittery. Let's get it changed. You know what? We should probably take a second and just look at it at every breakpoint. So now we go from being in the negative on attack to our sword flash, because previously we had 109, 1000. Our starting with the Kiss Ghost was 109, or I guess I should say, what, 1,094,000. We're now up to 1,116,000. So that's gone up about 5,000. The big difference is our HP is now up to 48 from previously being at about 44. So now we're netting about from 2.5 to 4 million bonus now. Let's take this up to Radiant next. Whether I'm going to use these guys, honestly, I have no clue, but I do this to test things out because there's some interactions I want to see if we can like kind of cheat the system a little bit and get them set up in certain styles. Okay, let's move over. Go back over to our Cloud Island. We are now up to, again, we're not gaining a whole ton of attack by doing these. The big difference here is the HP. So now we are sitting just about at 6 million increased HP right here. So we went from 2.5 to 4 to now 6, which means this should probably bring it up to about 8 million HP. I feel like these aren't really that crazy significant for attack, but I mean, it will make a difference. That is for sure. Lastly, let's make it splendid. Finish this out. Ooh, there we go. That's a beauty. Again, I really don't think the average player really needs to consider this at all. We can chuck that in here, and then we can go back over to here, come to our Cloud Island and check it out. So now we're up to 51.5 million. So overall, going from a Kiss a Ghost to a full splendid version, you're only netting about what? About 7.5 million HP is what you're gaining. As far as what you're gaining for attack, we went from 1.0, basically 1.1 million attack up to one. It's really negligible. We gained about 70,000 attack off this. That's not a huge difference here, and we can show it finally in this like last little part here. What we'll do is we'll come in and we'll take a look at our actual attack points here. So again, let me grab a snapshot of this so we can open it up and view and compare when we change these artifacts. So right here I got this snapshot of our sword flash. And let's just change this back over to something like the standard Kiss a Ghost that we normally use. So what has her attack value change? Her attack is now sitting at 2.091. Previously with the new artifact, it's 2.164. Actually, what type of gain is that? It's 2.164,607 divided by 209,1857. It's only like a 1% increase. Did I do that math right? I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's like it's not a huge increase of stats, but what is significant is the HP. So these seem more heavily pushing towards the HP levels, because right here with the Kiss a Ghost setup, we're sitting at just about 74 million HP, whereas going from 74, we're going up to like 81.5 million HP. So it's really just the HP that's the difference. It's not even the attacks. So are these really needed? No, I would not sweat these guys. You don't need these. You just don't. You absolutely don't. Kiss a Ghost is like the best artifact you can put on your tenants. Stick with that. It seems really strong. If you do come across them, sure, that's great and all, but doesn't feel like it's that big of a difference, because you guys gotta remember, these multiplicatives don't multiply the star spawn, the monster ores. Those are all fixed stats that don't get multiplied by this. So you think you have a huge amount of stats that you're gonna multiply. It's really not as big as you think. So hopefully I didn't mess this up. I'm sure there's gonna be somebody saying immediately, Barry, you totally messed this up. Because I messed up a lot of stuff, but I'm trying to show you guys, taking my first impressions on this, you really don't need them. I think that's the video name. You really don't need these. Hopefully you guys enjoy this one. Hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel, and I'll see you guys next time.